But I think it's so important also just to be present. We have to be present.
Kamala Harris stepped off the world stage with quiet precision. After serving as vice president, she didn't launch a media tour or chase the next big spotlight. Instead, she transitioned into something far more deliberate, a life shaped by choice, privacy, and lasting influence. Together with her husband, Doug Emhoff, she controls an estimated $8 million fortune, a mix of public salaries, book deals, legal work, and long-term investments. Today, we explore that life, the homes, the investments, the lifestyle choices, to understand when public service shifts into private influence. What does power look like after power itself? We'll trace her journey from law to politics, uncover the sources of wealth they built, step inside their Brentwood home, and dissect their investments, wardrobe, travel, and family life. This is the stakes-free lens on power, the life of a former VP carving her second act. From courtrooms to the Capitol, the wealth origins. Kamala Harris's path to national prominence wasn't built on overnight success or inherited wealth. It was a decades-long climb, rooted in discipline, purpose, and public service. She was born in Oakland, California in 1964 to immigrant parents. Her mother was a breast cancer researcher from India, and her father an economics professor from Jamaica. Harris grew up with a deep respect for education and civic duty. She attended Howard University and later earned her law degree from UC Hastings, entering the legal field with a passion for justice. Her early career saw her rise through the ranks of California's legal system, starting as a deputy district attorney in Alameda County before being elected as San Francisco's first woman district attorney and holding that position from 2003 to 2011. From there, she moved on to become California's Attorney General, a post she was elected to twice and served in until 2017, earning around $160,000 annually. With that role came not just a salary increase, but a statewide reputation and valuable connections that would support her future ambitions. By the time she was elected to the U.S. Senate, her income rose to $176,000 per year. And once she became vice president, that salary jumped to around $235,000. But her real financial power wasn't in the paycheck, it was in the brand she built, the network she accessed, and the future earning potential that came with national recognition. Meanwhile, Doug Emhoff was building his own financial trajectory in the private sector. As a successful entertainment lawyer at firms like Venable and DLA Piper, Emhoff was reportedly earning over $1 million annually during peak years. His work with high-profile clients in media and law brought not only income, but insight into branding, strategy, and intellectual property, assets that now contribute to their joint portfolio. Together, Harris and Emhoff built an $8 million net worth, not through flash, but through layered strategic progress. They lived well within their means, stayed scandal-free, and slowly accumulated wealth through stable salaries, smart investments, and diversified income streams like book deals and retirement accounts. Dissecting the $8 million net worth. As of 2025, Kamala Harris and Doug Emhoff are estimated to hold a combined net worth of around $8 million according to Forbes. As we mentioned, Harris's financial foundation began with public sector salaries, which are modest by elite standards, but consistent and reliable. From her years as district attorney and California Attorney General to her time in the U.S. Senate and then as vice president, she earned a lot over 2 decades. Meanwhile, Emhoff, a partner at powerhouse firms like Venable and DLA Piper, brought in as much as $1 million annually during peak years as an entertainment litigator. ABC also reported that the couple's income dropped significantly after Kamala became VP. From more than $3 million in 2019 to about $450,000 in 2023.
Senator Harris, thank you very much for being here, for choosing Washington to be the kickoff of your book tour.
They didn't stop there. Harris's 2019 memoir, The Truths We Hold, and children's book, Superheroes Are Everywhere, continue to generate royalties. For instance, during her first year in office as a VP, she generated around $500,000 just from them. Financial disclosures also show conservative investments in mutual funds, government bonds, and retirement accounts. There's no crypto, no gambling on IPOs, just the kind of slow, methodical growth that speaks to long-term security over short-term flash. There are also the speaking fees, though not officially disclosed. Harris is widely expected to command high fees for post office speaking engagements, university visits, and corporate panels, adding another dimension to their financial horizon. Then there's real estate, where property appreciation has contributed to the rise of the couple's net worth. Real estate and the power of place. The centerpiece of Kamala Harris's post-vice presidential life is her home in Brentwood, a serene, upscale neighborhood in Los Angeles that blends quiet luxury with strategic symbolism. Estimated at over $5 million, this estate is far from ostentatious, yet it speaks volumes. Nestled among manicured streets and high-profile neighbors, the property offers space, privacy, and permanence, a sharp contrast to the transience of political life. It's the kind of place where memoirs are written, private fundraisers are held, and legacy is carefully shaped. It was purchased by Doug 2 years before the couple got married and is now owned by both of them, as it was moved to a joint trust. The Brentwood home isn't just real estate, it's a statement. The design leans into California modernism, with open spaces, large windows, and a gated driveway that separates public life from personal sanctuary. It's not Beverly Hills glitz nor Silicon Valley futurism. It's intentional, understated, urban, yet tucked away. There's also the San Francisco condo, which Harris purchased in 2004 for under $500,000 and is located in San Francisco's south of Market District. Years later, she sold it for approximately $860,000, a clear return on investment. When she moved to Washington, D.C., she and Emhoff acquired a 2-bedroom condo in the city's West End for $1.175 million. That property, a functional hub for her Senate years, for $1.85 million in 2021. It's clear that these weren't trophy homes meant to show off. They were strategically located, lived in, and practical homes that reflected the demands of their careers at the time. But Brentwood marks a shift. It's not a stepping stone, it's a landing pad. The kind of place you choose when you're no longer chasing office, but curating the life that comes after it. Even the vice presidential residence, #1 Observatory Circle, fits into this narrative. Though not owned by the couple, Harris made subtle changes during her stay, hinting at her preference for comfort, simplicity, and security. Together, Harris and Emhoff's real estate choices reveal more than financial savvy. They reflect a broader philosophy: upward mobility without spectacle, rootedness without rigidity. These homes aren't just where they live. They're extensions of who they are and the legacy they're building. Life beyond the office. When it comes to lifestyle, Kamala and Doug walk the fine line between access and discretion. Their choices reflect success, but never indulgence. Harris is often seen stepping out of sleek black SUVs, not just a matter of security, but a quiet signal of authority. Her wardrobe follows the same theme: tailored pieces from designers like Carolina Herrera and Dolce & Gabbana, worn not for the spotlight but for the statement they make. Elegant, powerful, and perfectly aligned with her public persona. Emhoff matches that energy, favoring sharp suits, designer eyewear, and a calm professional demeanor. Their style doesn't chase trends, it reinforces identity. Their travel habits also echo this mindset. Leisure is rare, intentional, and under the radar. Quiet getaways to places like Martha's Vineyard or the California coast offer them privacy without spectacle. No flashy yachts or tabloid-worthy photo ops, just retreats built for rest and reset. Public life, however, still plays a role. Post-White House, Harris has started accepting select speaking engagements with reported fees in the high five figures. Darren Prince, who is the CEO of a major marketing agency, said she could easily bring in $200,000 to $250,000 per speaking engagement. She's appeared at major panels on democracy, civil rights, and global leadership, the same themes that shaped her time in office. Doug Emhoff, meanwhile, remains active through teaching and social impact work, hinting at possible media or legal ventures ahead. Together they represent a new kind of power couple. Their lifestyle is curated not to impress, but to insulate, not to flaunt, but to affirm. It's about making room for influence, for downtime, and for writing their next chapter with freedom and control. The Harris-Emhoff equation. If you strip away the headlines, the podiums, and the entourage, what you find at the center of Kamala Harris's life is family. Her marriage to Doug Emhoff is a cornerstone of both her public image and her personal stability. He is not just a supportive spouse, but a co-architect of their shared success. As the first second gentleman of the United States, Emhoff redefined what political partnership could look like. He wasn't behind her, he was beside her, building the lifestyle and legacy that now define their post-office chapter. Their blended family includes Emhoff's 2 adult children, Cole and Ella, whom Harris often refers to as her endless source of pride. Though she never had biological children of her own, Harris embraced the role of stepmother with grace and warmth, earning the affectionate nickname Momala. It's a role she has spoken about often, not as a political angle, but as a grounding truth. Now, with fewer 16-hour days and fewer high-stakes briefings, the pace of life has shifted. Publicly, Harris has spoken about her desire to spend more time with family, to write, to reflect, and to be more present. She's also been rumored to be working on a follow-up book, one that moves beyond memoir and into commentary. This stage of her life allows for deeper connection, dinners without headlines, walks without press. Emhoff has returned to private work and advocacy, but remains a visible presence at her side. Together they attend cultural events, support causes they believe in, and remain active in civic life, though now at a tempo of their choosing. The architecture of post-power life. Kamala Harris's $8 million lifestyle isn't about indulgence, it's about intention. It reflects a woman who has not only climbed the ranks of American power, but now chooses how she wants to live after stepping off the world stage. From the private calm of her Brentwood estate to the purposeful way she selects speaking engagements and public appearances, every choice is curated. No longer bound by political calendars or daily headlines, Harris is living a second act that whispers influence and projects lasting relevance. She's not chasing cameras or trending hashtags. Instead, she's reshaping what legacy looks like after the vice presidency, not with noise, but with substance. Whether it's through mentorship, behind-the-scenes advocacy, or deliberate moments of visibility, Harris is still very much in the room. Her presence isn't constant, but it's commanding. This is evolution, not retreat. Kamala's life charts a path of ambition refined into autonomy. Her $8 million fortune, shared with Doug, isn't a trophy, it's a foundation. It gives the couple the freedom to say yes to what matters and no to everything else. Kamala may no longer wake up in the Naval Observatory, but she wakes up with full control over her time, her voice, and her future. They've embraced quiet luxury, strategic visibility, and a new phase where family dinners are just as important as panel discussions on democracy. So it's safe to say Kamala didn't fade after office, she transformed. And in doing so, she offers a new model of post-political power, one that doesn't scream but still echoes. Her story isn't over, it's simply being rewritten, and this time entirely on her terms. That's all for today. If you liked the video, make sure to share it with your friends. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as we have more of these deep dives coming. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.